Thank you and welcome to my Communications 101 Persuasive Speech. My name is Loren Heiland. Pornography is a strong factor in the breakdown of the family unit and leads to physical and emotional harm to the individual. However, God calls men and women to be self-controlled and self-disciplined as children of God. Pornography is a strong factor in the breakdown of the family unit. Pornography is in epidemic proportions. In 2006, an estimated $13.3 billion was spent in the United States. $97 billion was spent on illicit sexual material worldwide. According to the National Coalition for the Protection of Children and Families, in 2010 study, 47% of families in the United States reported that pornography was a problem in their homes. Subsequently, pornography use increases the marital infidelity rate by more than 300%. Finally, 68% of divorce cases involve one party meeting a new partner over the internet, while 56% involve one party having an obsessive interest in pornographic websites. Pornography leads to physical and emotional harm. In 2014, a study conducted at the Max Planck Institute for Human Development in Berlin, 64 healthy male adults, all with wide range of pornography consumption, reported hours of porn consumption per week. Gray matter volume in the brain of each subject was measured using MRI technology. Researchers found that a significant and negative correlation. The more hours of pornography consumed, the smaller volume of gray matter in the right candidate and less functional connectivity between the striatum and the left dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. Researchers hypothesized that because of the increased stimulation of the brain's reward system through pornography, this can bring about significant changes in the brain, similar to what is seen for drug addiction. Anti-pornography activist Gail Dines notes that young men who become addicted to porn neglect their schoolwork, spend huge amounts of money they don't have, become isolated from others, and often suffer depression. Dr. William Struthers, who has a PhD in biopsychology from the University of Illinois in Chicago, confirms some of these and adds to it, finding that men who use porn become controlling, highly introverted, have high anxiety, narcissistic, curious, have low self-esteem, depressed, disassociative, distractible. Ironically, while viewing porn creates momentary, intense, pleasurable experiences, it ends up leading to several negative, lingering psychological experiences. This brings me to my third and final point. God calls men and women to be self-controlled and self-disciplined as children of God. 1 Corinthians 6:17-20 states, "But he who is joined to the Lord is one spirit with him. Flee sexual immorality. Every sin that a man does is outside the body, but he who commits sexual immorality sins against his own body. Or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own? For you were bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's." This is a command from God. It is there to keep us safe and for us to operate within the boundaries that God has laid down for us to freely operate in. Spiritual control and discipline are paramount in defending against pornography and the detrimental physical and emotional effects it causes. This brings me to my conclusion. We have just heard compelling evidence that pornography can and does cause physical and emotional harm to the family and to the individual. If we do not take to heart what Jesus said about the condition of the heart as it relates to lust, we will fall prey to the devastating realism that pornography harms us today. It is our responsibility as children of the King to fulfill and obey His commands, not out of a sense of obligation, but out of our love and gratitude for what God has done for us. I send a call out to all of you today. Take up arms against pornography. Focus on Jesus and His call for sexual purity. Instigate self-control and self-discipline. I admonish all of you to examine your lives in light of Scripture's wisdom concerning sexual purity. Use practical wisdom on what your eyes see and your ears hear. Thank you.
5 minutes and 39 seconds.
Very good.